Don't scroll. I know those words cut deep. I know they've been echoing in your mind, playing over and over, poisoning your thoughts. You're too small. Not enough. Insignificant. Asterisk. Worthless. They didn't say it with words. They said it with actions. They chose someone else. They did with someone else what you wanted them to do with you. They gave someone else what you wanted them to give you. And they made you believe it was because you are small. Not important enough. Not valuable enough. Not worthy enough. That's the lie. Not the truth. A lie. A lie designed to keep you small. Not by them only. By the enemy. The enemy wants you to believe that you are small. Because when you believe you are small, you act small. You don't take risks. You don't step out. You don't pursue your purpose. You stay in the shadows. You settle for less. You accept breadcrumbs. And the enemy wins. Not because he's powerful. Because you believe his lies. But you don't have to believe them anymore. Not after today. Today, I am telling you the truth. The truth about why they chose someone else. Not because you are small. Because they are blind. Blind to your value. Blind to your beauty. Blind to your worth. Not because your worth is hidden. Because their eyes are closed. They cannot see what is right in front of them. Not because you are invisible. Because they are not looking. They are looking for something else. Something easier. Something more convenient. Not better. Easier. There's a difference. Easier is not better. Easier is just easier. And they chose easier. Not because you are small. Because they are lazy. Lazy people choose what is easy, not what is good. What is easy is often not good. What is good is often not easy. They chose easy. Not because you are small. Because they are not willing to do the work. The work of seeing you. The work of knowing you. The work of loving you. That work is hard. Not because you're hard to love. Because love is hard. Real love requires effort. Attention. Intention. They weren't willing to give that. So they chose someone else. Someone who required less effort. Not someone better. Someone easier. And they made you believe it was because you are small. That's the lie. Not the truth. The truth is that you are not small. You are not insignificant. You are not worthless. You are not too much or not enough. You are exactly who I created you to be. Not small. Not large. You. And you are beautiful. Not because you're perfect. Because you're mine. And mine are beautiful. So take a breath. Put your phone down on a flat surface if you need to. Put your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. I put it there. I am keeping it beating. And I am about to tell you the truth about your size. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Let me tell you about your size. Not physical size. Spiritual size. In the world's eyes, you may be small. Not powerful. Not influential. Not wealthy. Not famous. Small. But in my eyes, you are not small. You are my child. And my children are not small. They are heirs. Co-heirs with Christ. Not small. Heirs. They are royalty. Priests. Kings. Not small. Royal. They are warriors. Conquerors. Overcomers. Not small. Victorious. You are not small. You are a child of the King. And the King's children are not small. So stop believing the lie. Not because you're arrogant. Because you're honest. Honest about who you are. Not who they say you are. Who I say you are. And I say you are not small. I say you are significant. Not because of what you do. Because of who you are. My child. And my child is significant. Not to everyone. To me. And my opinion is the only one that matters. So stop measuring yourself by their eyes. They are blind. They cannot see what I see. They see your mistakes. I see your heart. They see your failures. I see your faithfulness. They see your weaknesses. I see my strength in you. They see small. I see significant. Trust my eyes. Not theirs. They are blind. But I see. And I see you. Not small. Beautiful. Don't scroll. Stay with me. This is where most people want to stay small. Don't. Here's what their choice says about them. Not about you. About them. They chose someone else because they are scared. Scared of your strength. Scared of your depth. Scared of your potential. You intimidate them. Not because you're aggressive. Because you're real. Real is intimidating to people who are pretending. You are real. They are pretending. And pretending is exhausting. They chose someone else because they couldn't keep up with you. Not because you're too much. Because they're too little. Too little courage. Too little honesty. Too little love. They chose someone who requires less. Less courage. Less honesty. Less love. Not because you're too much. Because they're too little. Their choice is a reflection of their capacity. Not your value. Their capacity is small. Not you. They cannot hold someone like you. Not because you're too big. Because they're too small. Their container is tiny. You would overflow it. Not because you're too much. Because they're too little. So they chose someone who fits. Someone who doesn't challenge them. Doesn't stretch them. Doesn't grow them. Someone easy. Not because you're hard. Because they're weak. Weak people choose easy. Not because easy is good. Because it's comfortable. And comfort is more important to them than growth. Not to you. You chose growth. Not because you're perfect. Because you're brave. And brave people choose growth, not comfort. So they chose someone else. Not because you're small. Because they are. And their smallness is not your problem. It is theirs. Let them have it. Not in anger. In release. Release them to their smallness. And walk in your bigness. Not arrogantly. Confidently. Not proudly. Humbly. But truly. You are not small. Walk like it. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here's what their choice does not mean. It does not mean you are unlovable. You are lovable. Not because you're perfect. Because you're you. And you are worthy of love. Not because you earn it. Because you exist. And existence is enough. They chose someone else because they couldn't love you. Not because you're unlovable. Because they're unable. Unable to see. Unable to appreciate. Unable to cherish. Not your fault. Theirs. Not your loss. Theirs. They lost someone who could have loved them deeply. You lost someone who couldn't love you at all. Not the same. You lost nothing of value. They lost everything. So do not mourn their choice. Pity them. They chose small when they could have had big. They chose easy when they could have had good. They chose comfortable when they could have had transformative. They lost. Not you. You are free. Free to find someone who sees you. Not someone who is blind. Free to find someone who values you. Not someone who dismisses you. Free to find someone who cherishes you. Not someone who tolerates you. Their choice set you free. Not to be bitter. To be grateful. Thank me. Not for their rejection. For your freedom. They rejected you. I accepted you. They dismissed you. I chose you. They walked away. I stayed. Their loss is your gain. Not because you're better than them. Because you're mine. And mine never lose. So thank me. For their rejection. It was a gift. Not a pleasant gift. A necessary gift. Like surgery. Painful. But life-saving. It saved you from a lifetime of smallness. With them, you would have stayed small. Not because they wanted you small. Because they were small. And small people make everyone around them small. Not intentionally. Naturally. Like a small room. It doesn't try to make you crouch. It just has low ceilings. They have low ceilings. You would have spent your life crouching. Not because you're too tall. Because their ceiling is too low. Their rejection is your liberation. Not to a higher ceiling. To the open sky. No ceiling. You are free. So thank me. And walk in your freedom. Don't scroll. This is where everything shifts. Here's what you need to do now. Not shrink. Grow. You have been shrinking. Trying to make yourself smaller. Easier. More acceptable. Stop. Grow. Not in arrogance. In authenticity. Be who you are. Not who they wanted you to be. Who I created you to be. Big. Bold. Beautiful. Not because you're trying. Because you're being. Being yourself. And yourself is not small. So grow. Not by striving. By surrendering. Surrender to me. Let me make you who you are. Not who you think you should be. Who I know you can be. Let me grow you. Not overnight. But truly. One day at a time. As you spend time with me. As you read my word. As you pray. As you obey. You will grow. Not in the world's eyes. In mine. And my eyes see bigness. Where the world sees small, I see potential. Where the world sees weakness, I see strength. Where the world sees insignificance, I see significance. Trust my eyes. Not theirs. And grow. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here's what else you need to do. Forgive them. Not because they deserve it. Because you need to be free. Unforgiveness will keep you small. Not them. You. It will shrink your heart. Your spirit. Your capacity to love. And you were made for bigness. So forgive. Not with your feelings. With your will. Choose to forgive. Even if you don't feel like it. Feelings follow choices. Choose. And forgive. Not once. Every day. As the hurt rises, forgive again. And again. Until the hurt loses its power. Forgiveness is not a one-time event. It is a process. A process that leads to freedom. Your freedom. So forgive. Not for them. For you. Don't scroll. Stay with me. We're halfway through part 1. Here's what else you need to do. Stop comparing. You've been comparing yourself to the person they chose. What do they have that I don't? Nothing. They have nothing you don't have. They have different. Not better. Different is not better. Different is just different. And different is not what you need. You need someone who sees you. Not someone who sees different. So stop comparing. Not because you're better. Because you're different. And different is beautiful. Not because you're trying to be. Because you are. You are beautiful. Not because you look like someone else. Because you look like you. And you are beautiful. So stop comparing. Celebrate your uniqueness. Not with pride. With gratitude. Thank me for making you you. Not someone else. You. You are exactly who you were meant to be. Not small. You. And you are beautiful. So celebrate. Not their choice. Your uniqueness. It is a gift. Open it. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here's what I want you to take with you. They did this with someone else because they said you are very small. That's the lie. Not the truth. The truth is that you are not small. You are my child. Loved. Chosen. Forgiven. Sealed. Secure. Valuable. Wise. Mine. Not small. Significant. So do not believe the lie. Not because you're arrogant. Because you're honest. Honest about who you are. Not who they say you are. Who I say you are. And I say you are not small. So walk. Not in shame. In confidence. Not in hiding. In openness. Not in shrinking. In growing. Walk. As the person I created you to be. Not small. Beautiful. And let their rejection be your liberation. Not to bitterness. To freedom. Not to smallness. To bigness. Not to hiding. To shining. Shine. Not because you're trying. Because you are. You are light. Not small. Bright. So shine. And let the world see. Not your smallness. My greatness. In you. You are not small. You are mine. And mine are never small. So walk. In your bigness. Today. Tomorrow. Always. You are not small. Don't scroll. Part 2 is here. And if you made it through Part 1, if you stayed when everything in you wanted to believe the lie that you are small, then you're ready for what comes next. Because Part 1 was about the lie. The lie that you are small. The truth that you are not. Their choice revealed their smallness, not yours. Part 2 is about rising above their smallness. Not in arrogance. In freedom. Not in revenge. In victory. Not in bitterness. In joy. You have been looking down. At them. At their choice. At the person they chose. Stop looking down. Look up. Look at me. I am not small. I am not limited. I am not confined. I am infinite. Eternal. Unlimited. And you are in me. So you are not small. You are connected to infinity. Not because you're special. Because I am. And you are mine. So rise. Not above them. Above the lie. Not above their choice. Above its power over you. Not above the pain. Above the paralysis. Rise. Not in your strength. In mine. Not in your wisdom. In mine. Not in your power. In mine. Rise. And let me lift you. Not to a higher place of pride. To a higher place of perspective. From above, you see clearly. Their smallness is not your problem. Their choice is not your failure. Their rejection is not your identity. From above, you see. You are not small. You are mine. And mine are not small. So take a breath. Stay with me. Don't scroll. Because what I'm about to tell you is going to help you rise above their smallness. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here is the first thing you need to do to rise above their smallness. Stop looking at them. You've been looking at them. Obsessing over them. Analyzing their choice. Comparing yourself to the person they chose. Stop. Looking at them keeps you small. Not because they're powerful. Because your focus is on the wrong thing. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Focus on them, energy flows to them. You stay stuck. Focus on me, energy flows to me. You rise. So stop looking at them. Not because you don't care. Because you care about yourself. And caring about yourself means redirecting your focus. Look at me. Not at their choice. At my plan. Not at their rejection. At my acceptance. Not at their smallness. At my bigness. Look at me. And rise. Don't scroll. Stay with me. This is where most people want to keep looking at them. Don't. Here is the second thing you need to do to rise above their smallness. Stop asking why. You've been asking why. Why did they choose someone else? Why wasn't I enough? Why did this happen? Asking why keeps you stuck. Not because the questions aren't valid. Because they have no answers that will satisfy you. You will never know fully why. Not because I am hiding. Because human hearts are complicated. And complicated hearts make complicated choices. You cannot understand their choice because you are not them. And trying to understand will only frustrate you. So stop asking why. Not because you don't care. Because you need to move forward. Forward does not require understanding why. Forward requires trusting who. Trust me. Not because you understand. Because I do. And I am working. Not for your harm. For your good. So stop asking why. Start asking what. What now? What next? What do I do now? Those questions lead to action. And action leads to rising. So ask what. Not why. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here is the third thing you need to do to rise above their smallness. Forgive yourself. You've been blaming yourself. Thinking you should have been different. Done different. Said different. Stop. You did what you could with what you knew. Not because you're perfect. Because you're human. And humans make mistakes. But mistakes are not sins. And even sins are forgiven. So forgive yourself. Not because you deserve it. Because you need it. Self-forgiveness is not arrogance. It is acceptance. Acceptance that you are human. That you did your best. That your best was enough. Not for them. For me. Your best is enough for me. Not because your best is perfect. Because I am perfect. And my perfection covers your imperfection. So forgive yourself. Not with your feelings. With your will. Choose to forgive yourself. Even if you don't feel like it. Feelings follow choices. Choose. And forgive yourself. Not once. Every day. As the self-blame rises, forgive yourself again. And again. Until the blame loses its power. Self-forgiveness is not a one-time event. It is a process. A process that leads to freedom. Your freedom. So forgive yourself. Not because you're perfect. Because you're forgiven. By me. Now forgive yourself. Don't scroll. This is where everything shifts. Here is the fourth thing you need to do to rise above their smallness. Reclaim your identity. You lost it somewhere. In their rejection. In their choice. In their words. You forgot who you are. Not who you are to them. Who you are. Period. You are my child. Loved. Chosen. Forgiven. Sealed. Secure. Valuable. Wise. Mine. Not because of them. Because of me. Their choice does not change your identity. Their rejection does not change your value. Their words do not change your worth. You are who I say you are. Not who they say you are. So reclaim your identity. Not by ignoring them. By remembering me. Remember what I say about you. Write it down. Say it out loud. Put it on your mirror. I am loved. I am chosen. I am forgiven. I am sealed. I am secure. I am valuable. I am wise. I am mine. Read it every day. Especially when the lies are loud. Let it remind you. Not what they say. What I say. And what I say is true. So reclaim your identity. And rise. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here is the fifth thing you need to do to rise above their smallness. Expand your vision. You've been looking at a small picture. Their choice. Their rejection. Their smallness. Expand. Look at the big picture. Your life is not defined by one choice. One rejection. One person. Your life is a tapestry. Many threads. Many colors. Many seasons. This thread is not the whole tapestry. This season is not the whole life. This person is not the whole story. Expand your vision. See beyond today. Beyond this pain. Beyond this rejection. There is more. More love. More joy. More purpose. More life. Not despite this rejection. Because of it. This rejection is clearing the way. For something better. Someone better. Something you cannot yet see. But I see it. And I am showing you. Through these words. Through this moment. Through the still, Small voice that is whispering, there is more. That's me. I am still here. And I am still working. Even now. Especially now. So expand your vision. Not to ignore the pain. To see beyond it. Beyond is hope. And hope rises. So expand. And rise. Don't scroll. Stay with me. We're halfway through part 2. Here is the 6th thing you need to do to rise above their smallness. Take action. Not revenge. Action. Action toward your healing. Your growth. Your future. You have been passive. Waiting. Hoping. Analyzing. Stop. Act. Not in panic. In purpose. What is one thing you can do today to move forward? Call a friend. Go for a walk. Start a project. Write in a journal. Pray. Serve someone. One thing. Do it. Not because it will fix everything. Because it will break the paralysis. Action breaks paralysis. Not big action. Small action. One step. Then another. Then another. Soon you will be walking. Then running. Then flying. Not because you're strong. Because you're moving. And movement is life. So take action. Not tomorrow. Today. One thing. Do it. And rise. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here is the 7th thing you need to do to rise above their smallness. Celebrate your progress. Not your arrival. Your progress. You are not where you were. Not because you're perfect. Because you're moving. Celebrate that. Not with a party. With gratitude. Thank me. For each step. For each breath. For each moment you chose to rise instead of sink. Thank me. Not because you've arrived. Because you're on the way. And the way is progress. Celebrate. Not what they did. What you're doing. You're rising. Not because it's easy. Because you're brave. And bravery is worth celebrating. So celebrate. Not with pride. With gratitude. Gratitude keeps you humble. And humble people rise. Not because they're trying. Because I lift them. So celebrate. And rise. Don't scroll. We're almost through part 2. Here is the 8th thing you need to do to rise above their smallness. Trust my timing. Not yours. You want to be risen now. Healed now. Whole now. I understand. But healing takes time. Not because I am slow. Because you are human. And humans need time. Time to process. Time to grieve. Time to grow. Trust the time. Not because it's comfortable. Because it's necessary. Rushing will only cause more pain. Not because I am punishing you. Because you are not ready. Readiness takes time. So trust my timing. Not because you understand. Because I do. Not because you can see the future. Because I can. Not because you're strong enough. Because I am. Trust my timing. And rise. Not quickly. Truly. One day at a time. I am with you. Every day. Even the days that feel like setbacks. I am with you. And I am leading you forward. Not quickly. But surely. One step at a time. Trust the timing. And rise. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here is what I want you to take with you. They did this with someone else because they said you are very small. That's the lie. Not the truth. Now rise above their smallness. Stop looking at them. Stop asking why. Forgive yourself. Reclaim your identity. Expand your vision. Take action. Celebrate your progress. Trust my timing. These are not suggestions. They are steps. Steps toward rising. Not above them. Above the lie. Take them. Not quickly. Prayerfully. Not alone. With me. I am with you. Every step. Not watching from a distance. Walking beside you. Every step. Even the steps that feel like going backward. I am with you. And I am leading you upward. Not quickly. But surely. One step at a time. Take the next step. Not the perfect step. The next step. And I will be with you. Breathe. Put your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. I put it there. I am keeping it beating. I am not going to stop. And neither should you. Because you are not small. You are mine. And mine rise. So rise. Not in fear. In faith. Not in shame. In freedom. Not in defeat. In victory. Rise. I am with you. And I am lifting you. Higher than you can imagine. Not because you deserve it. Because I am good. And good lifts. So rise. Today. Tomorrow. Always. You are not small. You are rising.